Hey everyone, Kyle once again. Welcome back to the next episode review of My Home Hero episode 11. And, wow. Well, it wasn't exactly wall-to-wall action, all-out brawl-out, though, right? But it was kind of like almost funny in a way, though. But after the last episode, Kyoshi told his boss, basically the main guy, Mitori, that's the guy's name, Mitori. Hibito's father told him, and that Kyoshi is the one who's behind. He's the one who killed your son, right? And after that, Mitori, he flips out, destroys his whole office, tears the blinds, flips the table, everything, and to the point where it made him get sick to his stomach and he vomits. So, and so when Totsu was resting in his daughter's apartment, right? And his daughter Rika and his wife Kaisen, they're waiting at their house, waiting for him to come home for dinner, right? But then Totsu hears two guys approaching the door. It's Mitori and another guy who works, another henchman, picking the lock for him. He tells him to leave. And he walks in. He has his own black light. Puts on the glasses. He looks around. He checks the bathroom. He doesn't find anything. He finds a spot though, but he assumes, oh, it's just the daughter who lives here though, right? And then he looks at the floor in the living room. He looks at the floor in the living. He finds the blood splatter, and he's walking forward and saying that his son died right here. And then Totsu comes out and tells him to just, kill me. My family had nothing to do with it, right? But the thing is, though, Mitori recalls to him what he told him in the bar, which at the time he didn't know that was him, though. He's like, I'll kill anyone and their family who, anyone who killed my son, I'll kill them, whoever did it, and their family. And then he says, like, I wish I could have back in time and I would have just killed you right on the spot, where he was talking to him, right? So, he tells you, he's begging him, no, just leave my family out of it, though, but just take me instead. Even though he said he was going to turn himself in, but Mitori was not going to have it. So he reaches into it in his coat pocket, assume that he's going to pull out a gun. And quickly in his mind, Totsu's debating what should he do, right? Should he take him on, or just wait for him to die, or what? So he goes rushing at him, but Mitori pulls it. It's not a gun; it's pepper spray. Sprays it in his eyes. He's blind, and even Totsu, he starts fighting blindly though. Like he's pushing, shoving him, knocks him down. Until when Mitori, he was gonna call Kubo. That's the guy, the guy with the gray hair and always smoking, who works for Mitori, right? He calls him, and he beat up the two guys that was in the RV. The two guys that were also interrogating. Tadaga was the other guy. Was one of the guys that was in that RV. Kubo he beat those two guys up, and he's calling them and. Totsu immediately grabs the phone and smashes it before Mitori manages to say the guy's name though, but before Totsu smashes the phone. He smashes the phone and then Mitori gets up and he smashes Totsu over the head with a glass jar of marbles. And then he was going for the pepper spray again when this time it flies up right, but then the spray mist gets shot up though, but it falls right into Mitori's eyes. He's like, now he's going, I mean, and then it cuts to the back to Kubo was talking to the guy, the henchman that was with Mitori. And he told him he was going to wait in the car for him, and he calls him up and he calls him and says, was he acting grumpy? He's like, what mood he was in? He was acting grumpy as usual, but. He told me to leave, but I was going to wait in the car instead. And then behind him, while the guy was waiting in the car, in his rearview mirror, the police show up. Because the neighboring apartment that lives below Rika's apartment, because that's where Totsu was staying at, right? His daughter's apartment. So the neighboring apartment down that lives directly below them, they're hearing a ruckus right above them. It's like, what's going on, right? A young couple, and it's like, are they fighting? And the rubbing keeps getting louder, and the woman tells I guess her boyfriend or husband, I don't know, but tells them to call the police. So so the police show up, and then but like just totes. They're just both guys are just like, oh, their faces are like almost like beaten to a bloody pulp though, and so there's just like totally just like, it should have been me, it should have been me, but then Midori, he comes up behind him, starts strangling Totsu with a cord, and he's like, well, guess what? The world can what if you die? What changes? Nothing. The world is better without you, and nothing will ever change, right? So, and then that's when he's being strangled, and then that's when it cuts to the credits. I'm like, well, finally now that he knows the truth, well, Midori now knows the truth now that Totsu killed his son. And even though what I mentioned, another piece of dialogue where when Totsu was begging, I was going to turn myself in, you leave my family out of this, or you kill me instead, right? But Midori said, though, that I said, not only was I going to kill you and your family, but first, before I kill you, I'm going to torture your family first, before you die. I'm going to torture them first. So, although funny thing is, though, I'm surprised that the Totsu, he didn't go for the rice cooker again. Maybe, or he got rid of it during the first time. But although he was Mason, he was blind, so he probably couldn't find it though. But I was like, I hope it's funny though. If he would have went for the rice cooker again and starts hitting with it. But episode 11, now things are coming out, and Kiyoshi, after he spills the beans to Midori, he ups and disappears though, right? And although, because on the start of this, after the call, right, two guys were walking past him, and one guy mentioned, hey, can you make an omelet for me? Oh yeah, sure, right? Because it just reflected to him in the flashback to when he was making Totsu an egg omelet for him. And after that, he was kind of like laughing, And it's like, it's like, Totsu, you set me up, and just, yeah, you were just an ordinary guy, yeah, sure. So, yeah, Kiyoshi, he gets away, but still wounded though, because he's still bleeding out. But yeah, now that Midori knows the truth though, and just what was good Totsu's going to get out of this now, because he's almost being strangled to death now. It's like with Hell's Paradise, the ending of the last episode of Hell's Paradise, when the older brother, the thief, and the younger brother, the samurai, when he got pushed through by that one thing, and he looks pretty much dead, and his brother's going, brother. I think that he still got some strength left in him. I don't think he's not dead yet. But with this episode, I don't think Totsu's not going to die, right? He's not going to die. Because remember, he has his family to live for. He said, I would just want to make my wife and my family love and peace and all that stuff, right? But yeah. Episode 11 of My Home Hero, it was not an all-out brawl between father and father, right? Between fathers, though, but like first with a mace, and then just like hitting, like smacking him with a jar of marbles, and then and just shoving each other's face in, and then Midori, he gets his eyes getting maced, and it is just like, they're both like, just going at each other in a funny way though. But it was getting really I would say not that intense though, but it was escalating. I would say it was escalating, Because eventually we really knew that the father, he was gonna find out that the truth, that it was Tozu behind it, if Kyoshi was gonna tell the whole truth to him, and he was gonna eventually find out eventually. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the last episode, episode 12 though, is how Tozu will get out of the phone cord strangulation. I just hope it won't be as. I just hope it doesn't end up being anticlimactic though. I just hope it doesn't disappoint. Because this show has been so awesome up to this point, you know. I just hope it doesn't end in a shitty way. I just really don't hope. I hope not. But yeah, that's episode 11 of My Home Hero. Once again, thumbs up for this episode. I really did enjoy it. Funny fight though between fathers though, father against father. But yeah. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next for more for Anime Month, and we'll see you next time. Later.